Here are the nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role. Amy Adams in Vice.
Predicted it.
Marina de Tavira in Roma.
What?
Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk.
Nice.
Emma Stone in The Favorite.
Yeah, it's going to be Rachel Weisz in The Favorite.
And Rachel Weisz in The Favorite.
For achievement in costume design. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, wow. Tom Waits.
Black Panther.
Nice.
The Favorite.
Even nicer. Sandy Powell.
Mary Poppins Returns.
And Sandy Powell. See, I told you, she would get nominated twice.
And Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah, there we go. Wait a minute, did I predict her to get nominated twice? Yeah. What do I even know?
Here are the nominees for achievement in sound mixing.
Every year they got to remind
Black
me
Panther.
the difference between sound mixing and sound editing.
Bohemian Rhapsody. First Man. Roma. And A Star Is Born.
Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and A Star Is Born. I took a big L on this
What did
category.
you have for breakfast?
Oh, I'll tell you after this.
Tell me next time.
For the nominees for achievement in sound editing. Black Panther.
Hey, Ben Burt did
Bohemian
Black Panther.
Rhapsody.
Didn't know that.
First Man. A Quiet Place.
Oh, nice.
And Roma.
For Best Animated Short Film.
Go, go, go.
Go. Okay.
Come on, bow.
Animal Behavior. Bow.
Yeah.
Late Afternoon. One Small Step.
Oh, nice. One Small Step made it.
And Weekends.
Yeah, that was obvious. I mean, Bow was
My alarm
obvious
went off
too,
this morning.
but
It felt
still.
like I'd been...
Here are the nominees for Best Live Action Short Film. Detainment. Fauve.
But it makes me think of Brett Favre.
Marguerite. Mother. And Skin.
I'm pretty sure I did
I
like
had
3
4
out of
alarms
5
that went
on
off
that
this morning.
category.
Really?
But
My
I don't
first
have my
one off that
nominations
screamed
in
at the
front of
top
me,
of
so
my
I don't know.
lungs. Went off at
Oh.
1:15 a.m. For original score, Black Panther.
Oh, there you go.
Black Klansman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If Beale Street Could Talk.
Yeah. Yes.
Isle of Dogs. And Mary Poppins Returns.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a good lineup. I can't complain. Even though I don't think I did
Do you
well
love
in that
dogs?
either.
I do love
I don't
dogs.
remember if I
love
did.
all animals.
For achievement in film editing. Black Klansman.
Not surprising.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, okay.
The Favorite.
Huh.
Green Book. And Vice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, I told him
So
instead of
typically
5:20,
film
why
editing
don't
is
they
one of the
do it
most
at
important
5:15
awards to be
a.m. and they were
nominated
like,
for if you
"That's
want to
way
win
too
Best
early."
Picture. So it's really telling that A Star Is Born
How come
and
you got
Roma
to
missed
wake up at
out
1:15? I
despite
woke
being
up at
front
11:30.
runners. So,
Do you mind if I take this one?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I should add that the last movie to win Best Picture without a film editing nomination actually wasn't that long ago, and it was Birdman, and it was the first film in God only knows how many decades to do it. Either way, it's incredibly rare to be nominated for Best Picture and have a shot at actually winning if you don't have the film editing nomination. So this kind of throws the race into chaos.
For performance by an actor in a supporting role.
Come on, Sam
Mahershala
Elliott.
Ali in Green Book. Adam Driver in Black Klansman.
All right.
Sam Elliott
Yeah!
in Star Is Born.
My fucking man, yeah!
Richard E. Grant in Can You Ever Forgive Me? And Sam Rockwell in Vice.
Oh, Timothy
It came at
Chalamet
1:30,
missed
but
out.
I fell asleep like
See, I love
I'm
Timothy
only through the
Chalamet.
cold
I was really
open of
rooting
my
for
first
him.
Dream, and here I am.
But Sam Rockwell was really good in
The
Vice
cold
too, so I
open.
can't really complain.
For Best Foreign Language Film. Capernaum, Lebanon.
Huh, alright.
Cold War, Poland.
2 for 2.
Never Look Away, Germany.
And that's where it ends.
Roma, Mexico.
So 3.
And Shoplifters, Japan.
And 4. So 4 out of 5.
How's my posture?
There we go.
Flawless. Yeah. For best documentary short subject, Black Sheep, Endgame.
Okay, I predicted that.
Lifeboat.
I don't remember if I did.
A Night at the Garden.
I know I didn't predict that.
And period, end of sentence.
And I know I didn't predict that
I
either.
insisted it should be
Another L in another category.
Well done. Well done. For best documentary feature, Free Solo.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think.
Hale County, This Morning, This Evening.
Now see, that I didn't.
Minding the Gap.
That I did.
Of Fathers and Sons.
Did not.
And RBG.
And that I did, I think. Oh, wait, there's no Won't You Be My Neighbor. Where's Won't You Be My Neighbor? Come on, guys.
Here are the nominees for achievement.
How do you not like Mr. Rogers? Oh, production design.
Black Panther. The Favorite. First Man.
Okay, I don't think I predicted
Mary
that.
Poppins Returns. And Roma.
Wait, so Nathan Crowley is nominated for production design for First Man. I wonder if that's the same guy who designed the Batmobile for the Nolan movies.
Protein of any kind. For achievement in cinematography, Cold War.
All right, there you go.
The Favorite. Never Look Away.
I've never heard of this movie.
And A Star Is Born.
Ah, cool. I mean, good on Cold War. That's a considerable achievement.
For achievement in visual effects, Avengers: Infinity War.
Yes.
Christopher Robin.
Ha! I should have put that down.
First Man.
First Man I should have put down too, I think.
Ready Player One.
I think I might have put Ready Player
Solo,
One.
A Star Wars Story.
Now I know I didn't put down Solo. Because I really thought, like, because critics and audiences abandoned it,
Here are the nominees.
Academy would too.
That's yours.
Okay, so here are the nominees for achievement in makeup and hairstyle.
Ah, yes. Better you do this one.
Border.
Never heard of it.
Mary, Queen of Scots.
Oh, okay, yeah. Got that
And
one.
Vice.
And Vice, obviously. So now I'm going to have to watch Border.
Yeah,
Or
Only 3 in that category.
track it
Only
down.
three in that category. It's a guilt thing.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Feature Film.
Come on, Spider-Verse. Come on, Spider-Verse. Okay, Incredibles 2 is obvious.
Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs, yeah, okay.
Mirai.
Oh, cool, they nominated Mirai.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh my god, no. Come on, Spider-Verse.
And Spider-Man.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
All those movies are great.
I don't regret
for
that.
original song,
Come on, Troye Sivan. Come on, Troye Sivan.
All the Stars from Black Panther.
Ah, I love that song.
I'll Fight from RBG.
Ah, called it Diane Warren for all the
Place
things.
Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins Returns.
Alright, got that one too,
Shallow from A Star Is Born.
obviously.
And When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings.
What?
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Well done.
So, no Troy, no Sampha, no Dolly Parton, no Quincy?
Here are
That's
the
weird.
nominees for Adapted Screenplay. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Joel
Oh,
Cohen
wow.
and Ethan Cohen.
Well, I shouldn't be surprised. It's the Coen brothers.
Black Klansman. Charlie Wachtel and David Rabinowitz. And Kevin Wilmot and Spike Lee. Can You Ever Forgive Me? Nicole Holofcener and Jeff Whitty. If Beale Street Could Talk, Barry Jenkins.
Nice. I love that movie.
And A Star Is Born, Eric Roth
Oh, wow.
and Bradley Cooper
I mean,
and Will Fetters.
I figured it would get in, but I also thought it was the most vulnerable.
Here are the nominees for original screenplay. The Favorite, Deborah Davis and Tony McNamara.
Good call.
First Reformed, Paul Schrader.
Ah, I should have picked that one.
Green Book, Nick Vallelonga, Brian Curry, Peter Farrelly. Roma, Alfonso Cuarón.
All right.
And Vice, Adam McKay.
Nah. See, like,
Are you going to sleep after this, or are you going to just have your day?
Like, it's a fine category. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I was hoping for 8th grade Bo Burnham.
Performance by an actor in a leading role. Christian Bale in Vice.
Okay, yeah, get on with the...
Bradley Cooper in A Star is Born.
That's another clear one.
Willem Dafoe, Addie.
Okay, that's a new one.
Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody. And Viggo Mortensen in Green Book.
So, I don't know why I never considered Willem Dafoe for the 5th spot. It's just he wasn't on my radar. But it is a notable performance. He played Vincent van Gogh.
Performance by an actress in a leading role. Yalitza
yeah!
in Roma.
Get it. I loved her
Glenn
performance.
Close in The Wife. Olivia Colman in The Favourite.
Love Olivia Colman.
Lady
Love
Gaga
her.
in A Star is Born.
Lady Gaga, she's doing the Cher thing.
And Melissa McCarthy in Can You Ever Forgive Me?
See, that's I think this is the first category I went 5 for 5.
It's just coming true out here. Here are the nominees for achievement in directing. Black Klansman, Spike Lee.
That's actually his first Oscar nomination, believe it or not.
Cold War, Pavel Pavlikovsky.
Oh, I should have predicted him.
The Favorite, Yorgos Lanthimos.
Well, see, that's the one that people weren't...
Roma, Alfonso Cuarón. And Vice, Adam McKay.
Oh, wow, Green Book missed out on directing. Okay.
Oh my god, here it is.
So this is kind of weird because I was expecting Yorgos Lanthimos to get in as the guy who was overlooked by DGA, the Directors Guild, but who Oscar picked up. And Pavel Pawlikowski was another one of those who was on my radar, but I wasn't really like thinking of in a serious way. But Yorgos Lanthimos was the big one where people, at least in the circles that I talk to about these types of things, we're expecting him to miss out. But if you think about the Academy liking The Favorite that much, then he was a natural to get in. But I really wasn't expecting Peter Farrelly to miss out for Green Book, especially after Green Book took the PGA and now is the presumptive frontrunner for Best Picture because it won the Producers Guild Award. I'm thinking it's closer to Little Miss Sunshine and Brokeback Mountain than it is something like The Shape of Water, where the winner of the PGA is almost assuredly the Best Picture winner at the Oscars. Because, I mean, PGA doesn't have a perfect 1-to-1 ratio with Oscar. It's just the strongest predictor we have because they use the same preferential balloting system that the Academy does. And no other precursor award uses that preferential balloting system. And because there's voter crossover between the Producers Guild and the Oscars, it's the assumption that the Academy will vote the same way as the Producers Guild. So Green Book is still the front runner, but there's a whole other thing of variables going on in here. Let's see what Best Picture is.
And finally, here are the films selected as Best Picture nominees.
It's going to be 8 or 9.
Black Panther, Kevin Feige,
First
producer.
comic book movie ever.
Black Klansman, Sean McKittrick, Jason Blum, Raymond Mansfield, Jordan Peele, and Spike Lee, producers.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody, Graham King, producer.
Oh, okay. It's entertaining. It's fun.
The Favorite, Cece Dempsey, Ed Guiney, Lee Magaday.
So I'm
Yorgos
4 for 4 so
Lanthimos,
far.
Producers.
Green Book, Jim Burke, Charles B. Wessler,
5
Brian
for 5.
Curry, Peter Farrelly, and Nick Vallelonga, producers.
Roma, Gabriela
All right.
Rodriguez, and Alfonso
6 for
Cuarón,
6.
producers.
A Star is Born, Bill Gerber,
7 for
Bradley
7.
Cooper, and Lynette Howell-Taylor.
All I need is
producers.
Vice, If Beale Street Can Talk, or First Man.
The 8th and final nominee, Vice.
Yeah!
Yeah, beat your ass tonight. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Thank
literally
you, everyone.
That's literally the first time where I've gotten all the Best Picture nominees right in my predictions. I usually go, like, if there are 8 nominees, I think the most I ever did was 7 out of 8 or 6 out of 8. Or if it's 9, it's usually 7 out of 9. But this year, even though I put on 2 extra ones because I always predict 10, but I ranked them in order of likelihood. The 8 that I ranked in order of likelihood are actually the ones nominated for Best Picture. So that's crazy to me, and that's kind of awesome. But what's wild about this, what's super wild about these nominations, right, is that no matter what wins, a rule about what can win is going to be broken. Okay, so if Roma wins, it's not only one of the few films to win Best Picture without a film editing nomination, it also becomes the first movie from a streaming service to win Best Picture, because it's a Netflix movie. And it is the first ever foreign language film to win Best Picture. So that would be an enormous accomplishment. But similarly, if the frontrunner Green Book wins, it becomes one of the few movies in the past 4 decades to win Best Picture without a Best Director nomination, which rarely ever happens. The last time it happened was with Argo back in 2012. And before that, it hadn't happened since 1989 with Driving Miss Daisy, which is a year sort of compared to this one in the sense that, Green Book is seen as this movie that is not as insightful in its race commentary as a similar film by Spike Lee, which people think are being overlooked, or think is being overlooked. So basically, you can kind of really have this, Spike Lee finally getting his moment against this film that people are considering the newest iteration of Driving Miss Daisy for whatever reason. But it's just, which I don't necessarily agree with, because I liked Green Book a lot, and I think it has more merit than just being compared to a movie from 30-some years ago. But long story short is, if A Star Is Born wins, it will win without having the director nomination. There are just so many crazy, weird variables in this race, because if you just look at film editing, then the ones that have the best shot out of the nominees are Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, and Green Book. But it's not necessarily that cut and dry. This is still a wide open race, strictly speaking. And this is what's I love about the Oscars, is that you don't really know where any of it's going. I was so locked in to what I was watching that I keep forgetting to react, which is why I would never make a good person for a react channel. But Bradley Cooper didn't get in for A Star Is Born for Best Director. And I had it in my mind that could happen, but I don't know, it just didn't register to me until now I'm realizing okay, in talking about the Best Picture race now, I realized Bradley Cooper didn't get in, and Marina de Tavira, where did she even come from? She was wonderful in Roma, but she wasn't in any of the precursors. Now, granted, if there's going to be a surprise in the nominations, it's going to be in one of the supporting categories. So, I guess that 5th spot was always wide open, but it is kind of I wanted Nicole Kidman to make it in for Boy Erased, but I knew it was a long shot. But what really surprised me was that Emily Blunt didn't show up anywhere. I thought she had a shot at supporting with A Quiet Place and had a shot in lead with Mary Poppins Returns, and she didn't get a nomination for either. And she's one of those actresses that I kind of feel is building up a narrative of being overdue. So I feel like she will get nominated at some point. It's just a matter of, getting the right film under her and having the right year for it, because this was a really stacked Best Actress lineup this year. Same with supporting. There was a lot of really great contenders to choose from. So, I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed that Timothée Chalamet missed out, but realistically, if I thought about it, even if he got in, I don't know that he was going to win. Now, Sam Elliott is the guy that I've been rooting for all season to get in Best Supporting Actor for A Star Is Born, and I don't know that he's necessarily going to win. I think this is Mahershala Ali's race to lose. But stranger things have happened, and you never really know. The Academy doesn't mind giving a recent winner another Oscar if it's in supporting. I'm thinking back to Jason Robards in the 70s, or more recently, Christoph Waltz, who won for Inglourious Basterds and then won for Django Unchained, like a few years later. It's just something the Academy does, and, you know, they don't do it all the time, but they do it enough for me to see a sort of vague, thin pattern. Ultimately, I'm glad with these nominations. I'm happy with them. I don't feel any of the disappointment that I would normally feel. Like, obviously, I wish Treasure by Sampha and Revelation by Troye Sivan had made it in for Best Original Song, but I knew those were long shots going in, and I wasn't really expecting it to happen. But I'm super stoked that, like, the other two nominations that I was really, really hoping to see actually happened. It was Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born and Into the Spider-Verse for Best Animated Feature. So I mean, I'm not mad. Like, even if my score takes a hit in overall percentage, like, it is what it is. This is the Academy Awards. I mean, who watching this actually cares about this but me? And, like, I don't know anyone else in my life other than it's just me and my mom who care about this. And so it's just something that I'm kind of sharing now. Funnily enough, this is the first year in 20 years of Oscar watching. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'm 33 now, so I guess like 21 years. But this is the first time where me and my mom have seen every single Best Picture nominee before nominations were even announced. So that is just madness to me. There's no weird catching up that we have to do before, you know, the Oscar ceremony, where we're trying to, like, pray that something comes out in our area without it being, you know, like, because if they nominate something obscure like The Phantom Thread, like, we're going to have to, you know, find a nearby or distant theater that's playing it. But this year, you know, just everything lined up perfectly, and I couldn't be more happy about that, because now our awards season, we can just kind of kick back and relax and see some of the things we need to see, because we haven't seen everything, but we never see everything in a given year. The only imperative is that we see every Best Picture nominee. Everything after that is just gravy. I don't know. It just kind of, we lucked into this. And speaking about this, I'm just realizing now, Crazy Rich Asians did not get one single Oscar nomination, like, at all. So that was something that back in August I was predicting as being the one bone that the Academy would throw towards populist film. Because I thought it was a big enough hit and it was getting good critical reviews, and I thought it would be kind of like the Four Weddings and a Funeral of this Oscar season. Four Weddings and a Funeral being the big romantic comedy, ensemble drama comedy thing that was nominated in 1994. And now when I say the years, I mean the year that the movie came out. I don't mean the year of the ceremony, because obviously, Four Weddings and a Funeral was nominated in 1995, but it was for the year recognizing the best films of 1994. But I digress. I thought that was going to be the bone that they threw to casual moviegoers before around November, when it became apparent that this was going to be a populist film year, with, like, Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody and A Star Is Born, where it became clear that the Academy, once they did away with the popular film award idea, that, okay, this is a year where it actually almost kind of makes sense to nominate popular films, because the critical and audience consensus were building around certain films to where it kind of made sense. And so ultimately, I think this is a good crop of nominees, even though I don't think a lot of people are necessarily going to think that way. There are a lot of people who didn't want, like, Black Panther or Bohemian Rhapsody anywhere near this race, and there are a lot of people who are really kind of cold on Vice. And A Star Is Born it's got really wide acclaim, but I wouldn't call it universal acclaim. But that's kind of the deal with the Oscars. They're never going to pick things with universal acclaim. It's always going to be divisive. You know, the only things that they ever pick with universal acclaim are, like, Schindler's List or Saving Private Ryan, and even then Shakespeare in Love won, which is a pick that I will defend to this day because Shakespeare in Love has held up extraordinarily well, whereas Saving Private Ryan is still an absolute masterpiece and would have been a great Best Picture winner. And I don't think it's not as good as Shakespeare in Love. I actually do think it's like, I think they're like as good as each other in different ways, to where I don't think Saving Private Ryan got robbed, if that makes any sense. So now I'm just rambling, and you can tell how much like Oscarology I've wanted to sort of get out of my system all season. I've been like bursting at the seams wanting to talk to somebody about this, but I don't really have anyone to talk to about this except my mom, who, how many times are you going to have the same conversation with your mom? You know what I mean? But hopefully you guys out there have been able to endure this madness with me, and yeah, love you all. And hopefully, I'm getting a notification. See, this is just news, or this is just reminders that I need to wrap this up. So for Limited Time Roman, I'm Nick. Thanks for joining me on this, and have a great rest of your week.